So the PPI deadline is done. It's gone now. So if you haven't already put a claim in for the PPI, it's finished. It's over. And actually on deadline day, I finally managed to get my parents to put their PPI stuff in. So
wow, they might get a load of money.
They might, because, they're old. They've been around for ages.
Yeah.
They've taken out loads of loans.
Yeah, they're a bit like me because I'm old and I tried to do the PPI thing way back to 1986.
Well, I think that's what they've kind of done, but they've managed to keep all their paperwork. You weren't quite so well organised, were you?
Well, I couldn't remember where I'd lived, and I'd lived all around London. I've lived in Kent. I've lived in Nottingham. I've lived absolutely everywhere. So I had to keep phoning my friends saying, can you remember our address? And remember when we were working together back at the radio?
Oh, yeah. That's how long this has been going on for, because we've not been on the radio for 2 months now.
Yeah. And so I was going through it from about January, and I kept going to Ed, how do I get on Google Earth to look where I lived? Oh, yeah, that's definitely where I lived. This is definitely where I lived. Then I had to get my mum to post up my old address book that I had like 35 years ago to find addresses. So I went through the whole PPI thing. I filled in the forms. I even got my husband to check the forms because I'm not very good at doing things like that. I even wore my glasses to fill the forms in.
Serious stuff.
I had about 10 loans. I thought, my God, I was expecting 40, 50 grand.
Well, you hear some of them. I heard actually Martin Lewis when he was talking about it on deadline day, and he said that from 6 loans, one guy got £112,000 back. And I was thinking, yeah, you've taken out loads of loans. You've been around forever as well.
Yeah.
So you've got millions due.
Yes.
You could top that. You could be the record holder for the biggest claim back from PPI.
Well, as I kept saying to Paul, don't worry about me not having a job. I'm going to be a millionaire, Rodney. Everything is going to be absolutely fine. And I've got everything in my Amazon basket that I've ordered ready for when my PPI comes
Just wait
in.
for the money to drop in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got a total of, wait for it.
Here we go. Okay, dramatic pause like they do on the X Factor. Joe, you got your PPI money back. How much exactly did you get?
£115. I was like, I phoned up the bank. I said, "Oh, are you having a laugh, mate? Have you missed a zero off here?" 100, and then I have to give the man 20%.
Oh, that's before.
So I've got to give him 20% of that. I cannot believe it. I kept saying, "You're sure? Are you sure?" And Paul kept saying, "You must have filled the form out wrong or given the wrong address." And there's no way you can go back now. That's it. Because there's no more PPI, is there? I'm gutted.
Gone.
I had spent the money in my mind. I'd even thought with all that money I could put a deposit on another house and rent the house out, all stuff like this. But I got £115.
I think you can still do that because they are selling houses in Stoke for £1 each.
No.
Yeah, because nobody wants to live there. Sorry if you live in Stoke. But
Shall we go and buy one for £1?
You could buy a whole street with your money from the PPI. You're fine.
I have got a question about PPI because I'm really worried about the people that used to sell PPI. You know, like the people I've gone through. They won't have a job. They'll be skint like us.
Oh, they're in prison now, yeah.
They're in prison?
Yeah, they're all in prison.
Why are they in
prison?
prison?
If you sold PPI, they're coming for you. You're in prison because they missold it, didn't they?
No way. I'm glad I'm not in prison.
They're not really.
Though
in
you
prison.
do get free food and you get to watch DVDs, I've heard.
Well, to be honest, as I've been out of work for so long now, I was thinking if I committed a crime, maybe being in prison is a good option for me. I don't know.